Hey everybody, Rebels of Cloud9. I've got to just adjust this really quick. There we go. So it's been almost a week since I worked on this, or I should say videotaped anything. And I finished painting all the silver on I wanted to yesterday. And here's the lower hull. I ended up adding on more silver than I wanted to, because I found that it doesn't look as good. The gunmetal doesn't look as nice as it does on the big one. I just pulled out the giant big 350th scale one today, and I looked at it because I was like, man, that's gotta, like, I was looking at this and I'm like, this doesn't look as good. Man, my big one must just look terrible. So I pulled out the big one and went, holy crap, that one looks awesome. So I think it's the perspective of the model, the size of it, and that's kind of changing it. So I ended up adding like way more silver on it than I originally planned, and I like it. You know, it's not great. You know, it's not, Aztec maskings and stuff like that. But I'm quite happy with it. I think it has kind of a nice sci-fi look to it. Um, I did look at the gunmetal, lighter gunmetal color, the XF42, I think it's called. It's light gunmetal, and oh wow. Next time I'm building one of these things, I'm definitely going to use that gunmetal instead of TS38, and it'll look way better. It's kind of it looks kind of like if I mix this gunmetal and the silver together. It kind of looks like that. It's kind of an intermediate. I did have some problems painting some parts of it, like in here in the pylons, because some of these characters aren't defined, like the features. Like there's all these like little H's in here, and there's like these E's in here, and here they kind of just look like T's going down, when on this side I can more clearly tell that they are H's, and that was frustrating. Especially like here, there's these E shapes down here that you can really see, and on this side they are like molded into the plastic, and I barely even knew they were there until I got to this side, and I was like, I remember I painted this side and went over here and I'm like, oh, I should paint those. Oh, like they're not even there. So that was that was quite a bummer. I did have a problem with the steel. It's not it didn't go on as thick as I wanted it to, and I don't know what went wrong, or I'm just gonna blame whatever happened to randomness. I don't know what to tell you. Like I would paint on like this little square here, and it would come on, semi-transparent because it's just one coat. You can still see through the gunmetal. So I'd wait a couple days later, and I'd pick up the paint and stir it up real good again, and paint it on, and it wouldn't even cover it. I don't know what to tell you. But I could not get it to look right. I just saw a fingerprint there. I'm not used to enamels anymore. I'm so used to acrylic that dries so quickly that when I get to enamels, it's like, you mean I have to wait a day? Yeah. And that was actually kind of frustrating, because sometimes I'd have to hold the model like this, and I had no place to put my hand down to paint. So that was a fun little adventure, getting used to that again. I did run into another problem, but it was kind of a fortunate circumstance, I would say. Is I peeled off the maskings for, I used the micro mask, this stuff here. And the problem I had with the micro mask is I put it down on the kit, and like on the lights, the edge lights here, it doesn't come off. I couldn't get it off for the life of me. And I couldn't get it off too well in certain areas. Some of the areas it just kind of stuck in there. And I think I should have put a second layer down to make it stronger, make it bond better. So I'm gonna kind of, yeah, I should have just done a second coat. So what ended up happening is I did get it off, but then I started to see like these huge injector pins and all this stuff, and I was just like, especially on here on the back, with the ignition thrusters. I could see the two pinholes here and here, and I could see the line of the plastic, and I could see the original gray color, and I was like, oh great, if I put the clear blue on that, you're still gonna see it. So what I did instead is something I've done before that I do on wingtip lights on my aircraft lately. um, I used to paint them like here. I used to paint them this green, and then I would put clear green on top of it, and it would kind of make like a light bulb effect. But instead I started painting them silver, and then I would put clear on top of it, and it makes them pop out more, and instead of sinking into the plane. And I like that they pop out more because it adds a little bit of color around the wingtips, and creates that definition. So I did the same thing. I painted them chrome, which is Tamiya's most silver, shiny silver. This is X-11. And I painted that, and then I painted on the clear blue. And I like it. It's not perfect, it's not exactly what I had in mind. And I think my clear colors are a little old. They're more of an ink than a paint, and I did work with inks quite a bit when I was in school, so I do know how to handle them. I'd say pretty well. Inks are always like kind of got a mind of their own, and so I just kind of put a coat on there, and it globbed up in some areas, and I put another coat on, and it's still globbed up in some of these areas, and it looks more like the nacelle lights on the show. So that's really cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. Um, and yeah, next step is to no, I don't need to do that yet, do I? Next step I'm gonna do is painting on the clear red pieces, and I will show you what that looks like. I have so much stuff all over the place that I don't know where anything is anymore. Okay. Okay, I got it now. So, I still haven't painted some areas of it, like I have a couple more places to paint blue, but I have to paint the copper on first. That's going to be next after this little bits of red. And what is the backlight colored? Oh, silver. Okay. Or clear. Oh, no, I don't need those. I need this. So, I did this before with my other one, my other Enterprise. And I'm going to paint them. I need a bigger brush. What was nice about using enamel and painting over the lacquer, though, was, I thinned this down for something a while ago. It was easy to clean up. Like, I did, like, a couple tests, and I would, like, paint a couple panels and just see what they looked like if I liked them enough. And then I just have to use some mineral spirits on, like, on a paintbrush, and I would, like, paint over it with the mineral spirits and then just wipe it off when I was done. So that made my life a lot easier. I wasn't that upset at making mistakes and stuff, but the inconsistencies with certain panels, that did get to me after a little while, because it just played mind games with me. It wasn't that bad. I think it'd be more trouble if I was masking them off, because you're looking for those dominant edges and things like that. So yeah, they look pretty cool. That's all there is to it. And just painting the inside, and it makes a nice shiny look on the outside when you're done. I did find another one of these yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago. I went into my hobby store, and he had so many new kits. I haven't been in there since before December, and he had so many models. It was unbelievable. If I had $300, I could have easily have spent it all in that store and never even blinked. It was like all the models that I wanted were there. One that is there um, is pretty expensive, so I didn't get all the ones that I wanted. But the two there that I did want, I didn't buy them again. Um, was the Enterprise Botany Bay. That's from the episode Space Seed, where you first meet Khan, and it's really cool because it's the original series Enterprise. I've built it before, but I didn't do a good job, and I was really hoping to do a better job a second time. But like I said, I found another model there that really distracted me, and so I didn't get it. I probably will in the future, though. But I really want to limit my spending on models this year. Last year, I went overboard, and I have a huge stash of kits that I just have no interest in building right now. And so I'm going to thin that down because I don't want to have a thing of boxes of kits to carry around with me all the time. That would just be kind of a bother, you know? So I painted the wing lights, and they look good. Like, you can really see them. This red is really nice, and it comes out really dominant. Now I'm going to do the green. The other one I found was this same kit again. I was really surprised to see it. I was like, oh, cool. He got one in, because I actually called him in December and said, hey, are you getting this kit in? And he said, I don't think so. I don't know. It might not. I'm not sure. So I didn't get it, or bother to ask him to put it away for me or anything like that. But he did tell me that there is a kit coming in. He is getting it in. It's a new release. I don't want to say what it is yet, but I will. You will definitely see it built. I'm kidding. I'll tell you. It's the Hobby Boss A5M Claude. That was the plane that Japan used kind of in the beginning battles of China and stuff. It's a very nice looking little plane. It has fixed landing gear. What else has it got? It has an open canopy. It's a very nice plane, and I found a Hobby Boss was making one because it's been on my list. So that is like one of the kits that I'm going to be getting when that comes in. So yeah, I didn't get this Enterprise, this other one. I was going to buy both of them. How bad is that? That looks really cool. I know it won't show up like nice on the camera because my camera is ancient. It is ancient by today's standards. Oh, I forgot to paint these too. Ha ha ha. Okay. There's little lights here on the lower pylons. Oh, just a little green dot there. There. Nope, missed. Take two. So yeah, when you paint the silver underneath the clear, it makes them a lot brighter, and that's what I like. I like to see that. Just this nice brightness in the dull colors. And gotta go back to the red for a minute. So I'm getting close to being done. I'm very, very close. I'm very excited. Okay. Just checking my camera. Alright. There we go. Now the next color. Look at this. This is from stirring all the silver enamel. That's ridiculous. That's so much stirring. Metallic colors I find often uh, they like separate the quickest out of most of the paints I've ever used. There we go. It's metallic paints are the ones that separate so fast, and it's like, oh, I mix it up perfectly. 5 minutes later, oh, come on, gotta go back and stir it. So now is the big finale, one of the big finales. This is kind of this is the last color. Oh, it is thick. Looks like toffee. Now, this looks good. Yeah, it looks like I got a lot of the stuff on the bottom there. It's very nice paint. There's only a few Tamiya paints that I absolutely despise. One of them is their titanium silver and their titanium gold. I hate those paints. They separate. I have never been able to mix those things enough. I remember stirring it for like 5 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes, and I never got it right. And I was just, I was so mad. And then I painted it on, and I thought, this cannot be right how this paint works. This is so stupid. So I gave up on it. The other one that I hate of Tamiya is their yellows. Their flat and their little acrylic pot yellows are some of the worst. Oh man, I airbrushed a model with them about a month ago, and I was losing my hair over that. It did not want to work. Looking at it, it's a brand new bottle. This shouldn't be happening. Of course it was, because it was me, and you know it was destined to just annoy me, test my patience. It was a good exercise. I even used this one here, just a normal yellow, and I would have had to have bought 3 or 4 of those cans to get a good coat for what I needed. Okay, so now it's time to test out this copper. Okay, hold on. It's feeling a bit thick. But I do know metallic paint can be like that. I'm not sure if that's, how it's supposed to be. I was prepared, however, that I was going to have to paint this on twice. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't like this. It's too thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear my space here. So I'm very cluttered. Yeah, I'm going to take some thinner wipe that off, and I'll start recording again when I get the paint to the right consistency that I want it. It's probably just been sitting on the shelf for a while or something. Yeah, it just needs to be stirred up a little bit more. So, I'm going to clean this up and talk to you guys later.